That's May 7th, 2025. Exactly 1 am, the Indian Air Force launched 12 missiles target terrorist camps in the Pakistan and POK. 14 minutes later, 11 terrorist camps destroyed. 100 militants neutralized. India named it Operation Sindhure, a strong response to Pahalgram attack. But here is the twist. Pakistan already economically collapsed. They have nothing to lose. But with the support of China, if Pakistan choose a war with India, can India afford a war right now? In this video, let's discuss how Indo-Pakistan war could affect our economy, how it's going to impact our jobs, and most importantly, if war happens, how India going to lose 10 lakh crores. The year was 1999. India and Pakistan agreed to work together for the development of the Kashmir. There was a talk of peace, progress and partnership. But no one know in the behind the scene, Pakistan was planning a war. While pretending to support peace, the Pakistan army was secretly preparing an attack. Pakistan soldiers along with militants crossed the line of control, which is LOC, and captured key Indian military posts in Kargil. Kargil is the highest altitude area in Jammu and Kashmir. Why was Kargil important to us? Because it's on high ground, and in war, whoever controls the high ground has the advantage. Kargil is located right above National Highway 1A. This is the very important road for our India because it connects the Srinagar and Leh. This road is the lifeline for Indian Army because from this road only we send food, fuel, water and weapons to the soldiers who protecting us in the Ladakh. If Pakistan had kept control of Kargil, they could easily target the Indian supply trucks with artillery firing. If we lost the Kargil, we lost that road. If we lost that road, we can't send supplies to our soldiers. It will put our presence in Ladakh in risk. Biggest problem here is Pakistan has secretly captured the Kargil. India has to launch this mission quietly. If the Indian Air Force or Army crossed the LOC and enter Pakistan airspace, it will trigger a full-scale war and that will bring global attention, which is not good for our India because at that time America was supporting Pakistan. So India has to do this mission silently to provoke a global war. So as soon as Indian Army found enemy entered into our land, Indian Army started Operation Vijay, a mission to reclaim every inch of Indian territory. But this wasn't a normal war. The enemy was sitting on top of mountains with a clear view of our soldiers. Indian troops have to climb up at heights of 16,000 feet under constant enemy firing. The biggest challenge here is Indian soldiers had to carry 25 to 30 kgs of weight on their back like guns, bullets, food and warm clothes. Winning this fight without air support nearly impossible. That's when Indian Air Force stepped in with Operation Safed Sagar. So our Air Force used special bombers to destroy enemy bunkers on the mountain peaks without crossing the border. After 2 months of the tough fight, the Indian Army pushed the enemies back. By 26 July 1999, we took all of our land back. This story you might heard before, but what I am about to tell next, no one might have ever told you. A war is not just about winning, it's also about what it costs, the money, the lives and the long-term pain. At that time, India's defense budget was already under pressure. In 1999, India was spending only 1.8% of our GDP on defense. That's much lower than many of our neighbor countries. Back then, our government faced huge financial problem just because of this war. In just 60 days, we lost 527 soldiers and 10,000 crores from our country budget. This money was used for weapons, bullets, fuel, transportation, and sending the thousands of the soldiers to the border. That's not alone. Even many people inside the country also affected. To understand it, watch this example. Let's say there is an investor sitting on the US. He is thinking of investing some of his money on startups in India. Before he doing that, he checks two things. One, is country safe? 2. Is it country politically stable? Because no investor want to put his money in a place where bombs could drop or borders could shut down any day. Now imagine there is a guy called Rahul in India. He runs a startup, let's say a company that manufactures the electric scooters. Rahul want to expand his business. He want to build a factory, hire more people, but he don't have such large amount of the money. What he do? So he goes to the bank. Bank asks, do you have collateral? But he does not have any assets or property. So he don't get loan from the bank. So what does he do? He goes to the venture capitalist firm in the US. These are the people who put their money into businesses in exchange for the share of the company. They seen Rahul's idea. They liked it and they believe the business will grow. And they invested $1 million. Now what happens? First, Rahul builds a factory which gives the jobs for construction workers, engineers, contractors, and cement and steel companies. 2. He hires the employees to make and sell the scooters. 3. When he sells his scooters, he starts making profit. So he pays tax to the government. And 4. The company value will go up. And all the people who invested on his company also make money. Did you see? Just because of one investment, so many people benefited. Workers, small businesses, the government and investors. Now imagine if suddenly a war breaks. Do you really think any investor in other country invests their money in India? Obviously no, right? And when that happens, startups suffer. So when the company don't make profit, they fire the employees. Businesses stop expanding and whole economy of the country will slow down. And that's why a war is most dangerous game in the world. It affects the people far away from battlefield. People like Rahul, his employees, and maybe even people like you and me. Now if we talk about the Pakistan, it's a different story. Pakistan mostly controlled by military generals, not the leaders chosen by people. In fact, not even their one prime minister completed their terms from the independence. Every time a military general come and he rules the country. Even today, Pakistan army secretly controlling many things from the behind the scene. Now let's talk about the something we all love, cricket. It's a huge industry, right? When people buy tickets and cheer up for teams, it helps many businesses to grow. The media earns money from ads, food and beverages industry will grow, travel industry gets more bookings, and even every jersey maker, sport gear companies, TV channels, all of them make the money because of cricket. On sport, so many industries growing, right? But in Pakistan, they destroyed their own cricket industry. Remember when the Sri Lanka team went to the Pakistan, what happened? Gunman opened fire on the players' bus. Do you think any cricket team after that dared to play in Pakistan? Of course not, right? Because of that, Pakistan lost their cricket industry. They lost their jobs, their tourism industry, and foreign reserves, everything. Today, there is nothing to lose to them. Today, the Pakistan is completely economic mess. They are drowning in the debt. But India, a full-scale war will be disaster. Why? Let me show you an example. Back in 1999, during the Kargil war, India spent around 10,000 crores. Now fast forward today, 2025, our inflation rate is above 6% per year. If you guys ask me what is inflation, here's a little example. Let's say in 1999, one egg cost 1 rupee. Today it will cost 7 rupees. That 6 rupees gap is called inflation. Means every year product prices go up. And just like eggs, the cost of weapons, fuel equipment, salaries, everything has gone up. So if something cost 10,000 crores back then in 1999, after 26 years at 6% rate, it will cost around 43,000 crores. But that's just adjusted inflation. But back then we used to fight with guns and bullets. But today we are using advanced equipment like drones, missiles, cyber defense and jets. All together it will become extremely expensive. So a simple 60 days of war, it will cost us 5 to 10 lakh crores. So if a full-scale war breakouts, we need extra money. Where does government going to get that money? Simple. They reduce the funds on essential infrastructures, like they stop working on national highway projects, they stop working on various government schemes. So they redirect all of this money for war. So people always remember, if a full-scale war happened between India and Pakistan, it will take us 5 years behind, financially, psychologically, even politically, because we came too far. We built something meaningful in 75 years of democracy, a good economy, good infrastructure, and good life, and a war can destroy all of that. So that's what I like to tell for today, and make sure you guys like and subscribe and hit on the bell icon. Thanks for watching.